Welcome back to Gossip Greek, the only show where the drama's ancient, the scandals are mythical, and the tea always boiling. I'm your host, Melody, here to deliver the hottest news from Mount Olympus, where the gods are immortal, but the mistakes, those last forever. Last time we dished about Circe, the magical queen who could turn men into pigs faster than Zeus could say, I swear that lightning bolt wasn't mine. But guess what? Circe wasn't the only one in the family with a flair for drama. Oh no. She had a sister, Pasiphaë. If Circe's magic was about stirring up potions, Pasiphaë's hobby was, well, let's just say animal husbandry took on a whole new meaning. Today's episode is all about her hubby, King Minos, their misunderstood son, the Minotaur, and the hero who showed up with better hair than a pancake commercial, Theseus. So grab your toga, pour some nectar or grape juice, no judgment, and settle in, because this story is about to get wild. So here's the deal. Circe and Pasiphaë were sisters, because every good soap opera needs some sibling rivalry, right? But instead of fighting over hair products, these two fought over magical powers. And let's just say creative life choices. Circe loved turning people into animals. Pasiphaë, she just loved animals. Specifically a bull. Yup, we're going there. But hold on to your sandals, we'll get into that in a minute. Pasiphaë married King Minos, the ruler of Crete. Picture him as your classic, I'm in charge and you know it, kind of king. He built fancy palaces through lavish parties and had his thing for solving problems by trapping people in mazes. The guy was basically the original architect for escape rooms. But here's where Minos tripped over his own golden sandals. He forgot to say thank you to Poseidon, the god of the sea, who had helped him out. And when a god helps you out, you don't Venmo them some drachmas. You make a sacrifice. But Minos, nada. Zilch. Now, Poseidon, not exactly known for handling rejection gracefully. Instead of sending Minos a passive-aggressive text, he went straight for a curse, the mother of all curses. His plan? Make Minos' wife, Pasiphaë, fall in love with a bull. That's right, folks. Poseidon was like, you don't ignore me, pal, or I'll turn your love life into an episode of bizarre animal romances. Now, Pasiphaë wasn't just admiring this bull from afar like, wow, that's a fine-looking beast. No. She was out there writing poetry, scribbling love notes in her diary like a love-struck teenager, and probably writing Bull and Pasiphaë forever on her notebook. She was practically sending the bull flowers and chocolates. So, what's the queen do when she's crushing hard on a livestock? She doesn't get a wing woman, no. Naturally, she calls in Daedalus, the resident handyman/inventor of Crete. She's like, hey Daedalus, I need a cow suit, for reasons. And Daedalus, who probably needs to update his LinkedIn skills for building bizarre contractions to building the weirdest things you've ever heard of, says, you want a what now? But because no one says no to a queen or wants to get fired by being the guy who asks too many questions, Daedalus goes, sure, a cow suit, I can do that, probably muttering under his breath, I really need a career change. So, Pasiphaë gets inside this wooden cow suit, because why wouldn't you at this point? And things happen. We'll keep it G, but let's just say it wasn't long before Pasiphaë had a bouncing baby boy. Well, sort of. Baby Minotaur was a half man, half bull, and about 200% awkward at family gatherings. King Minos, as you can imagine, was not thrilled. He probably stared at his newborn son and said, so, Pasiphaë, we need to talk about this kid's dietary habits. Not knowing what else to do, Minos decided the best parenting solution was to toss his son into a giant maze. Because naturally, when faced with a half-born child, you throw them into a a labyrinth. Makes total sense, right? And here's where Daedalus comes back in. Poor guy is like, you need another maze? First a cow suit, now a giant labyrinth. Can I at least get a thank you card or at least like a small raise or bonus? But Mino was like, just build it, Daedalus. And so the labyrinth was born. Think of it as the world's worst corn maze with no exit signs and the consistent risk of getting gored by a half bull. Fun for the whole family. And with the Minotaur tucked away in his maze, Minos needed to feed him. So he decided to start a new tradition, sending over Athenian youth as appetizers. Every few years, Athens had to send a group of kids to Crete. And let's just say, no one came back asking for t-shirts or a postcard. But don't worry, here comes Theseus, our hero with a perfect jawline, and who doesn't even need to mew, and the kind of hair that makes everyone think, wow, what conditioner do you use? Theseus, the Prince of Athens, was like, enough is enough, I'll go, but I'm not going to end up as Minotaur Chow. I've got a plan. When he arrives in Crete, he meets the Princess Ariadne, who's like, Dad's whole feeds a monster routine is super outdated and embarrassing. I want to get out of here. She spots Theseus and suddenly her eyes light up. This guy could really turn things around. So she hands him a ball of thread, which is basically ancient Greek GPS. Tie this at the entrance of the labyrinth and unroll it as you go. Trust me, it's better than your leave a trail of breadcrumbs. So Theseus enters the labyrinth armed with his courage, his legendary hair, and a big ball of yarn. Total great package, right? So as he walks through the maze, he finds the Minotaur making a nap because even terrifying monsters need their beauty sleep. And after some heroic fighting and probably a lot of flexing, Theseus takes down the Minotaur. Victory. And then he uses the thread to find his way out. Because who needs Apple Maps or Google Earth when you've got princess-approved string? But hold on, the story's not over. Theseus grabs Ariadne and her sister, and they sail off for Athens. But halfway there, Theseus gets cold feet about the whole meeting the parents thing and pulls the ultimate, I'll call you later, okay? He drops her off on the island of Naxos and sails away, dating Ariadne's sister. Oof, that had to be awkward. But don't feel too bad for Ariadne. She gets scooped up by Dionysus, the god of wine and parties, and lives happily ever after, in a never-ending toga party. So honestly, Theseus flirted in her favor. Meanwhile, Theseus sails back to Athens with his new girlfriend. But in true Theseus fashion, he forgets to change the sails on his ship from black to white, the signal that he survived. His dad, King Aegeus, sees the black sails and thinks, oh no, my son didn't make it. So naturally, he jumps out of his window. Drama. But come on, Theseus, you had one job. And that's how Theseus became king of Athens. But I bet he's still getting side-eyed at family dinners for the whole forgetting to change the sails. As for King Minos, well, let's just say karma caught up with him. And let's just also say having a Minotaur was not his biggest issue. So, what's the moral of the story? Always pay your rent to the gods, keep track of your ship's sails, and maybe think twice before asking your local inventor or weird animal costumes. That's all the tea we have for today on Gossip Greek. Remember, my name's Melody and I'm your host. This has been Season 1, Episode 8. And join us next week for more myths, more legends, and definitely more gossip. And legends may fade, but the gossip never does. Stay legendary and don't forget to like, comment, review, and subscribe. Thank you!